All right. We are about to go live with episode 227 of GameSpeak Podcast. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 227th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming MCST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, youtube.com/CreateForSanity, and facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group. I keep on saying that, but what I mean is the GameSpeak Podcast Discord group, which is dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. This show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF who is not here, bringing you all things video games. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent of Babylon Bass.
You know, the bad thing about Devin not being here is that Devin's not here, obviously, and it's sad.
Yeah,
you know?
There's very little problems with Devin not being. No, I'm just kidding.
But the good thing about I have to come up with some kind of crazy name for Devin. You know?
Yeah, I know that's a lot of
I'll
work
have to
for
call
you.
him like Devin the Dingle Hopper or something. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
it is a lot of work. You're really good at it. You've got a talent for it.
No,
you know what I
dude.
mean? I think
it's
you
all
don't
those
understand.
years of
It just
freestyling.
It comes so naturally to you. You know what I mean? That you don't understand how hard it is for the regular folks
well,
to come up.
you'll get it. It takes how many years have we been doing this? It takes a lot of practice. But yeah, so Devin may or may not have the Delta variant. We will find out next time on GameSpeak Podcast. Yeah, we'll let you know. But he's actually getting rapid tested right now, so we'll see what happens.
I wonder if we could pay the Dragon Ball Z guy to just say next time on GameSpeak Podcast.
Is that guy even still alive?
I don't know.
I feel like
If
that
he
was
is,
like
he's
a long
probably
time
on
ago.
Cameo or something. I'm serious. If we could find a voice like that to just say that.
Previously
Oh
on
my
GameSpeak
God, that would be so
Podcast.
good.
And then we just show Devin dying in a hospital.
Dude,
like
this is my
time.
life goal now, is to get sound bites of like next time and previously on GameSpeak Podcast.
We could do it. We'll find someone. We'll get a good voice actor. Yeah. So what you been up to?
Oh man, been chilling, dude. I went to the I can't get enough of the casino, bro. I went to the little one like an hour up the road in Livingston. Have you ever been
I
over
did
there?
not know we have a casino that close.
Yeah, dude. It's in Texas, but it's on an Indian reservation, so it's like
Oh, okay.
legal. You know what I mean?
You just gotta like be like
Legal.
a certain percentage Native American.
Not even. Well, they like it's like a loophole. They're
Yeah,
like
I know. Yeah,
they're like
because they can-
bingo machines instead of slot machines. You know what I
Ah.
mean? So like basically you're playing slot machines that aren't really slot machines. You know?
So how'd it go? Do you win anything?
We played for hours. Me and my girlfriend only brought like $40 with us because I was like, look, I'm only gonna bring $40 with me. You bring $40 with you. And
we'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens. You know, I didn't expect to be there for more than like an hour. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we were there for like several hours.
Playing like penny slots or
Yeah,
what?
penny
Okay,
slots,
okay.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I didn't lose any money. And Audra won $125.
Nice,
So
dude.
we came out ahead. It was a good time.
That's a good way to make $100.
Yeah, and we
in
had
4
fun.
hours.
We had the fun the whole time we were there. You know what I mean?
Of
So
course.
it's like
They got like free drinks and stuff. Like
they don't have alcohol.
Aw.
That's one thing that's different. Like I think that's one of the legal.
yeah,
Things.
they don't want you like getting so drunk you just start blowing all your money.
But they do have free beverages that are non-alcoholic, so you could sit there and drink all the Coke Zeros you want or whatever.
That's all I want.
And they even bring it to you while you're playing. You know what I mean? So.
You know what would make it perfect is if they had like Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Like if they had that at the casino, dude.
Like...
Just like, yeah, dude. You know you can't get that like anywhere but Taco Bell.
In Walmart, they have it in bottles now, dude.
Do
in
they?
Cans. Yeah, they started selling it in bottles and cans.
I thought it was a TB exclusive.
It was for a long time, but I saw a 12-pack at Walmart the other day, and I was like, wow.
Wow, dude.
They're really branching out. I guess they realize they can't just keep it TB exclusive, you know? It's too good.
It's multi-plat.
It's one of the best Mountain Dew variants, and it's, like, hard to get, you know?
That's what I like to hear, dude. I like to hear that Mountain Dew Baja Blast is making it into the mouths of more people.
Yeah, it's going cross-platform.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good. I don't think there's a better soda, and I don't mean energy. Energy drinks top everything, but, like, whenever it comes to, like, you know, soda beverage, like, you know, you got your Cokes and all that stuff. Mountain Dew Baja Blast just beats everything.
Can I just go out on a limb here and say Mountain Dew in general is like probably the best soda? Like,
it's the closest to an energy drink.
Yeah,
without being an energy
I think that's
drink.
why I like energy drinks so much, because it was always my favorite as a kid, Mountain Dew. And the thing about Mountain Dew is, like, you know, other sodas like Fanta, you'll find like one flavor of Fanta you like, and all the other flavors are trash or whatever, you know. But it's like Mountain Dew, every single type of Mountain Dew is dope to me. Like, I haven't found a Mountain Dew where I'm like, man, this one just really sucks.
Dude, that Code Red, bro.
It's so good, you know?
Do you remember,
Midnight one is good, you know?
Do you remember the Pepsi drink? Or maybe, no, Mountain Dew's Pepsi drink, but, like, I don't remember what it was, but there was one called Red Fusion. And I don't remember what... maybe it was the Coca-Cola version of the, you know, the red Mountain Dew. But,
man,
but,
I don't remember.
It was so good, and you, whenever you get Red Fusion, there'd be like Halo codes on it, like you could get like, you know, for back in the day. And let me tell you something. I used to take those from my dad's store and sell them at school because I was a hustler. And there was quite a bit. They used to call me Red Fusion. Not even kidding.
Really?
Like, it was like in 5th or 6th grade.
That's a dope nickname.
And they'd be like, "Yo, Red Fusion, you got any drinks?" And I'd just like bust them out, dude, out my bag. I was trying to make that money, dude.
Dude, I remember the Coke machine in intermediate school with the Pepsi Blue. I would be going for the Pepsi Blue.
Oh, those were good too.
You know?
There's so many good ones, dude.
Man, so many
Classics.
long past sodas that are just we'll never get to drink again.
Yeah, and so this week I did not gamble, but I have been watching this show.
Oh, what show? I watched a good show and a movie.
What show you been watching?
Oh, I've been watching American Horror Stories, not stories.
What is that?
It's
what's the emphasis on the stories part? Is that the new season or what?
Instead of it being like a season-long story, it's every episode is a different story, so it's like an anthology type thing.
Gotcha.
I actually like it a lot more because my problem with American Horror Story most of the time is like the first 5 episodes I feel like are always really good.
Yeah, and then it dies out.
And then they just kind of run out of ideas and it peters out at the end. This doesn't give it a chance to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it starts out with the good idea, and then generally speaking, so far they've all been pretty good. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know.
I
I like it more than the normal show.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay.
But that's just me personally.
And then the movie. What was the movie you watched?
And then I watched that new M. Night Shyamalan.
I watched it too.
Dong,
That
dude.
was horrible.
Really?
That movie was trash.
It
bro.
wasn't my favorite movie, but I didn't hate it.
I absolutely
The acting wasn't
hated
that
it.
great. It reminded me of The Room. The main character, the dad.
Yeah.
His acting
Oh,
reminded
hi,
me of
Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah. Okay. So the movie Old by M. Night Shyamalan was probably my problem with M. Night Shyamalan is he has the ability to make just masterpieces. He puts out Split. He did Signs. He did The Sixth Sense.
Sure.
You know, but then he's got The Last Airbender, and then he's got The Happening.
I like The Happening.
Get out of here. And then he's got
I will not get out of here. I'll defend The Happening until the end of time.
this
dude.
movie old. It was like written by a 10-year-old. Okay, like the problem, like they did really good with the casting of like, what's up, Drive By Joe? They did really well with the casting. Like having the young kid look like the teenager, then look like the older guy. Like it all worked out in that way.
It was smart how they played with the camera too, so you don't notice the like 4 actor changes they did for like each character throughout the movie. You know what I mean?
But then, you know, I seriously guessed what was going on the moment you saw the guy up on the hill. I like turned to my brother and I was like, I'm not going to say what it is in case people listening want to watch it and the spoilers, you know, or this is spoiler free. But I was like, this is what's happening. And he's like, no way. And then at the end, it was literally that. And then my favorite part was he tells the cop at the end, just some random cop on vacation, that same cop gets to fly in the helicopter and like just be on the case, even though he's on vacation, like has no jurisdiction there, like just is suddenly flying in a helicopter, handling the situation. I'm like, who wrote this? Like what 10-year-old was like, but then the policeman, he came in and he saved everybody. And it's just like, and also,
okay, you're thinking too hard about the whole policeman thing. You know,
it was super stupid.
He just found somebody of authority. And,
okay,
you know
and that guy told somebody else, who then was like, you know what, we're going to send you a helicopter, and you go fly, and you handle the situation.
Look,
he's a fucking cop.
Again,
this
you're
is some
thinking
CIA,
way too hard
FBI.
about the cop part of this.
No,
okay?
I'm not.
He's just found somebody to tell.
No,
okay,
no,
that's the point.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I don't care that he told that guy. It's what happened after he told that guy. They should have had the FBI pulling up. They should have had the CIA. But no, a cop, his partner, and then the kids are flying in on a helicopter. Like, what are you guys gonna fucking do? Huh? You gonna go collect samples, Mr.
Look,
Cop?
Again,
like,
I think you're thinking too hard about this.
And then also
that's
like
not the part you should be thinking hard
hold on.
about.
And then whenever he comes out and he bumps into the lady who's bringing out the drinks, they didn't drug anybody at the beginning to get them to go to this place. So why was she gonna drug these people? It just made no sense. Like
they're not drugging them. They're giving them like the fucking. I guess they are.
They were gonna drug them,
yeah.
and I was like, "That's not even part of the story. That never happened."
You drugged them.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. They all got the same drinks that those guys were getting.
No, they came up and they were like, "Hey, we don't tell many people about this place, but we're gonna tell you because we like your kids."
But it wasn't a drug. It was like a disease or something. It was like something about the. Let's just fucking talk about it, because like it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
You guys aren't gonna fucking. watch
Yeah.
this
We
shit.
don't have much news anyways today. It's not that big news week, so.
Because it was like the virus or whatever they were trying to cure from him. Like it was like a sample thing for the control. It was all had to do.
Yeah. I get that. But they were making it like the first thing that
they weren't gonna like knock him out and drag him over there. It had something to do with the fucking
the test.
The test.
But but the fact that they came up first thing, they're like, "Here's your drink." Like first off, by the time you got to the little beach, like it's probably already fucking worn off. Like whatever it is you were given and all this stuff, like it just no, I don't know. It pissed me off. And then you know, like the kid, like the whole pregnancy thing didn't need to happen. Like, I don't understand what the fucking point of that was. And then like,
it was kind of interesting because like, first of all, it establishes timeline. You know what I mean?
Like we didn't notice it with the maging. Like, I mean,
It emphasizes that, like, you know, how the body grows, how like they heal when they have to do like fucking, you know. Like it's a whole thing.
I feel like it was almost like a visual, like shocking thing. Like he was like, I'm gonna throw in some shock factor, and then like it was just like not that crazy.
Well, you have to think about it. You're filling up a movie's worth of time about rapidly aging. Why wouldn't you have a pregnancy scenario?
But also the mid-size sedan never aged Not a single bit. He was there longer than all of them.
They said it at the beginning. They're like, "Oh, black don't crack," haha. You know.
But that's fucking stupid. you can't
Look,
just.
mid-sized sedan died before he had time to fucking age.
He
okay?
was there before all of them. He was there the night before when the girl died.
That wasn't the night before. That was like hours before.
Or
They would all
it was
be
like
dead.
early morning.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
that
was.
was like literally right before they got there because they would all have been dead if it was any longer than that.
What do you mean they all would have been? They didn't come to the beach till after
Mid-sized
him.
sedan and that girl were there like literally like an hour or two before they got there.
Okay, an hour or two is years.
Like 7 years.
Yeah, like 7 years per year. So like he didn't age at all. He was there before all of them. By
Look,
the time the girl had already
Mid-sized
became.
sedan had it going on. How do we know he wasn't like 23 whenever he got there?
But mid-sized
you know?
sedan fell in love with this girl who had already way past aged him. like it made no sense. Like it like when she got there, she
I'm
was
pretty
like
sure
6.
they had just got there. Like I'm pretty sure they from what I got, mid-sized sedan and homegirl like just walked up on the beach. Then she jumped in the water and he sat down on the rock. And then fucking everybody else showed up.
For those
pretty
viewing
much.
and have no idea what we're talking about the M. Night Shyamalan movie Old, all right? And just the ridiculousness of it. But, I mean, Brent likes it. I was personally, I was insulted by, like...
Okay, look, it's not the best
no.
movie M. Night Shyamalan's ever
And
made.
mid-sized sedan, it's like he hasn't heard rap since like the mid-2000s. Like, like you could have came up with a more relevant, funny name for a rapper than mid-sized sedan. Like nobody gives a fuck about sedans or cars anymore. Like that's not the name of rappers. You could have said Lil anything and it would have worked.
I
like,
thought mid-sized sedan was like the best character in the whole movie.
he was the best character, but I'm talking about the name. Like I like just that name made me cringe because I know
That
in
was
his
my,
head.
I like this. The name was great. I
he-
feel like
In his head, he was like, "This is what the kids think, or this is what the kids, listen to. These are the rappers." And it's like, bro, no, that doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. I just went in.
there's a guy named Little Yachty who is extremely popular.
Lil,
right?
yeah, I said you could put Lil on anything and it would have worked, but you went with mid-sized sedan. Like,
So why can't he be mid-sized? I'm sorry. That's a great rap name.
is it a great rap
If
name, though?
you saw an album that said mid-sized sedan,
I'd be wondering if that was the name of the album or the
you'd
or the
be like,
rapper.
dude, I gotta check that out.
Mid-sized sedan. What would I just don't know.
It
but
would be a good band name too.
probably a better band name than a rapper's name.
It would be a good any name. Honestly, I'm naming my
You give
kid.
so much
my
credit to
firstborn
this
will
man.
be named mid-sized sedan.
Though it was entertaining just because it was bad. Like I feel like I went in like before I went to go see the movie, the Rotten Tomatoes was like 80 something. But by the time we got to the theater, it had dropped down to like 40%. I was like, fuck. I was like, no. And then like we went in and I was like, And my brother, who typically loves everything, like, he was like, that was pretty bad. Like,
I don't know, I had fun with it, man. Like, it's one of those movies you just can't like overthink. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. You can't think at all, actually. But no. But outside of that, besides that movie, we both saw Old. I started watching The Man in the High Castle. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh my
What is
gosh,
this?
dude. The Man in the High Castle is probably some of the best television, like TV show I've seen in forever. Like it's based off of the Philip K. Dick book, the guy who did Blade Runner, like who wrote Blade Runner and all that stuff. So it's based off of his book called The Man in the High Castle, and it's a sci-fi novel, but like I didn't understand that it was sci-fi going into it. I just was like, oh, it's like a alternate history, dystopian, whatever, because like it's the Axis won World War II. Okay, so like it's in like 1960 after the Axis won. So like a part of America
It's
is
like Wolfenstein kind of like.
yes, but like the eastern side of America is owned by the Reich, and then the western side, the Pacific stuff is owned by Japan.
Okay.
And then there's like a neutral zone in the middle And it's like Wild West, and like, you know, black people and Jews and stuff like hang out there a lot, and like, you know, because there's not really any laws there. You can go and get like Bibles and stuff, but it's like the most Fallout I've ever seen in a TV show before. It feels like you're playing Fallout by watching the show. Like just the way that the aesthetic is, and the writing's super good. The acting is amazing. And it follows like this girl. Like, so what happens is she is coming home, you know, to her boyfriend. They're like they live in the Pacific side, like in the Japan side. And, you know, they're white. You know, one's like got a Jewish grandfather, so, you know, he's trying to keep that under wraps and whatnot. And she's leaving one day, and her sister's been missing for a little while, and her sister like shows up, and she hands her this bag, and she's like, I found a way out or whatever, and takes off running. And she's like, wait, what? And the Japanese you know, soldiers just come up and shoot her dead, like in the street. And so she like goes into her house, and she opens it, and it's a film, like a 35 millimeter film or something. I don't know if it's 35. It's film, and it's got like a weird code on it. And she watches it, and the film shows America winning the war. And so like it's like alternate, like there's like some stuff going on with like different universes.
Oh, so it's like some 12 Monkeys kind of shit. Like
Yes, it definitely. But I'm only in the second season. I'm almost to the third season. And
How many
apparently
seasons are there?
there's 4.
What's it on?
On Amazon Prime. And it
Aye.
concludes on the 4th season. But like from what I've seen on Rotten Tomatoes, the second season is the lowest rated season, and all the rest are like 90% something. But even this season, I'm like, the whole time I'm just like on the edge of my seat. It's really good.
Cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, so if you like alternate history stuff or sci-fi or World War II stuff, this is the show. This is like, it's really good. I was so surprised at how good it was. It was nothing. I thought it was gonna be all political. You know, like The Man in the High Castle.
A lot of those can get like that.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's just a good story, and I guess it's because it was written in like the 80s or whatever, so it's from a different time, but just thrown on TV. But anyways, good show. So let's get into the news.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, let's get into the video game stuff, guys. Just so you know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them all here to talk about them and give you, you know, the news. I'll go first because I don't have much news.
Okay.
I don't have much at all.
All right,
but
slap it on me.
Adam Bankhurst at IGN says, hold on, this is some big news. Y'all sit down if you're standing up. You're gonna need to take a seat for this. Ariana Grande will not only join Fortnite's Icon series as a playable character,
shit.
but she is also set to headline Fortnite's Rift Tour with a
shit.
quote, can't miss musical journey across new realities.
Fucking move over, Travis Scott. What
Yeah,
the
dude.
fuck?
Oh, dude, this is going to get intense. So from August 6th through the 8th, players will be able to jump into this new concert experience that will pair some of Ariana Grande's most popular tracks with moments based on elements from the game. Players will also be able to play this event side by side with friends when it arrives, and everyone who participates will receive the cuddly Cloud Cruiser commemorative umbrella. Now, working with Epic and Fortnite and the Fortnite team to bring my music to life inside the game has been so fun and such an honor, says Ariana. I can't wait to join my fans and see all of your reactions to such an unforgettable, magical journey to new realities. Yeah, so I hope you guys are ready for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder what the overlap of Ariana Grande fans and Fortnite is like.
I don't know.
You think there's a
There's
strong
gotta be-
overlap?
Yeah, probably.
More than Travis Scott?
No, definitely not more than Travis Scott.
You don't think so?
Definitely not. I mean,
I'm starting to question my reality, actually.
I just don't think so. But then again, you know, there's just like a massive amount of Ariana Grande fans, you know, and
I'm not
massive
gonna
amount
lie.
of Fortnite fans.
She
you
makes
know?
some great music.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, look, we can't just sit here and pretend like Ariana Grande doesn't make great music.
No,
You know what I
she
mean?
makes great music. But my question is the overlap of fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a very, like, weird thing that they were just like, yo, Ariana Grande, you want to do a concert in Fortnite? You know, like of all the people,
I feel like they just throw a dart at the Billboard top 10 and just
whoever
it
lands on.
hits, they're like, all right.
Drive by Joe says you can't beat Fortnite's support.
No, and to be quite honest with you, if it's anything like the Travis Scott thing, which it'll probably be like doubled down version of the Travis Scott thing, it's probably going to be pretty cool, you know? I mean, they do
Yeah.
go all out on these events, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna be using my umbrella. You know, no, I'm just kidding. I don't play Fortnite, but I do listen to Ariana Grande sometimes. It's kind of hard not to.
There you
know?
go.
There we go.
I do play Fortnite sometimes, and I don't necessarily
That's
listen
what
to
I'm saying.
Ariana Grande.
The
so.
overlap ain't
Yeah.
there. Anyways, but Brent, what you got? That's just anecdotal, guys.
Yeah, okay. So far, many Halo fans have been enjoying the Halo Infinite multiplayer technical preview.
Yeah, thanks for not inviting me to Xbox.
You assholes.
Yeah.
However, it's been confirmed that campaign content was mistakenly included in the beta's files,
Of course.
leading to spoilers making their way online. 343 Industries' Joseph Staten stated that there were a small number of Halo Infinite campaign files unintentionally left in the tech preview build.
I'm sure it was unintentionally left there. I feel like they do this stuff just to get hype going.
Dude, yeah, definitely. He said he confirmed that they do include spoilers. He said, leaks like this one are painful for the dev team and can ruin the campaign experience for everyone, says Staten in a tweet. So please, oh God, what the fuck?
So please don't go blabbing your mouth if you got in there, is what he's saying. But like, I don't know. I feel like they definitely did this on purpose. You don't accidentally leak a tiny amount of campaign stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, especially a tiny amount of stuff that
With
tells you
spoilers?
something. Yeah, that tells you something important to the story. I feel like it's more like, here's a little treat. And I'm going to get you guys excited, and you're going to go talk to your friends about it, and it's going to create a hype. And any press is good press, is basically what this is. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess so.
They need it. They need that hype for Halo.
They do.
I've seen some people on my timeline playing it. You lucky bastards! I put an invite, or I put in a request, an application to do this, to play this beta on my Series X. I put that I want it for the Series X. How many people have a Series X out there? How did I not get invited? All right, like you guys aren't able to sell these things because you can't make enough. Yet the guy who has one can't even play it. You know, like, that makes me wonder, how many people got the Series X?
All them scalpers.
All them
sitting there
scalpers are, yeah, dude.
playing it on like 5 different TVs.
But anyways, so some good news for Sony over here. Jared Moore at IGN says Sony has announced that M2 SSD, is it M.2?
Yeah.
M.2
I think.
SSD support will finally be added to the PlayStation 5 in an upcoming system software update for beta users. So not for everybody yet.
Yeah.
The news was revealed on a new PS5 support page. Sony noted that the feature is only available to beta users, and that because of this, features and specifications described on the page may change before the official system software release. No specific dates were given, with Sony simply saying the update is coming. But yeah, all this really means is that it's getting closer to the time that you'll be able to,
The beta is out right now.
Yeah.
If you have the beta, you can go try this out. But the thing is, Sony hasn't released an official list of supported SSDs, and these SSDs are generally speaking around $200 for a terabyte. You know what I'm saying? So you're taking a little bit of a gamble if you buy one of these. You can go online, however. There are people who have obviously already tried certain SSDs, and
Yeah.
some work. You know what I mean? So it's good to go online and find, one that's definitely going to work before you go out and make a purchase. You know what I'm saying?
They actually kind of talk about that in this article. It says, as expected, it must for which types you can use. It says it must be a PCIe Gen 4 NVMe drive.
Yeah, but not only that, it has to have like a certain speed.
Yeah,
like
5,500 megabits per second or faster.
Yeah.
Both single and double-sided drives are supported. The specifications note that 25 millimeter wide drives are not supported. So be sure to purchase a M.2 drive that is 22 millimeters wide. To be sure you have the right size, look out for M.2 drives labeled as 2230, 2242, 2260, 2280, or 22110. However, Sony warns that it cannot guarantee that all M.2 drives meeting its specifications will work with the PS5. Importantly, Sony says any M.2 drive installed will require a heatsink to dissipate any additional heat generated by the SSD. So it should be noted that many M.2 drives purchasable on the market do not come with integrated heat sinks, and so users looking to simply plug and play should opt for an M.2 drive with a built-in heat sink no more than 11.25 millimeters tall. This is so specific and hard. Like,
yeah, but theoretically, okay, and this is theoretically.
Yeah, theoretically.
Theoretically,
speaking,
the ability to have third-party manufacturers make your hard drives should drive costs down in the long run.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
But, and that's not even theoretically. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
It's just going to take a while.
Yeah.
Drive by Joe says, too risky. Just delete your games as needed.
Right?
See, that's the thing. I wouldn't even say too risky. I'm just too lazy to do all the thinking about this. Like,
For real.
Like, oh, man. And then especially if you drop, like, all that money because, like, they're not cheap. This is not some cheap purchase you're going to be making.
And if you're one of the early adopters, I would definitely, like, a lot of manufacturers are advertising their stuff as, like, it's compatible with the PS5. So I would go with one of those, like, one of the ones where the actual people that make the card are saying, hey, this is going to work with the PS5.
The PS5.
You know what I mean?
So Sony says that compatible SSDs can range from 250 gigabytes to 4 terabytes. So
the 4 terabyte ones are ridiculous, man.
You're going to have to drop like $500.
No, more than that.
Really?
I swear to God, I've seen them listed for over $1,000 for a 4 terabyte like that. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, again, I'm sure the cost will go down once they become more readily available.
Yeah, but if it's already if it's at 1,000, I wonder how much it could go down. Like, it's not going to go down to like affordable. It's probably going to go down to like above affordable, but like more affordable than $1,000.
Dude, at that price, you might as well just buy 4 fucking 1 terabyte ones. You know what I mean? Like,
buy 2 PS5s.
Yeah, dude. Jesus Christ. You could
or just buy a PC. At that point, just buy a PC.
I mean, seriously, if you think about the PS5 as just extra storage, you know, you're getting like an extra 500 gigabytes, or how many gigabytes is on a PS5? Like 800 gigabytes or something.
Yeah,
like that?
No, it's like 600. The Xbox has 800, and the PS5 has 600.
Legit might as well just buy another PS5.
Yep.
Anyways.
But, yes. So what you got, Brent?
Okay. Bad news for Sony people. Horizon Forbidden West has reportedly seen its release date delayed until 2022. Sony has not made an official announcement, and no specific reason has been given yet. Probably because of the backlash they got about the 30 frames per second thing on the last thing they showed off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, like, I find this interesting because this brings in some more, platform wars type situations where the Sony was like, yeah, but we're going to have all these games in 2021, and now it seems like almost all of their games are getting delayed to 2022, which they were just hating on Xbox for not having any games during 2021. Just remember this, okay? Just remember, because it's ridiculous. Like,
to be fair, it seems like not many people are putting out anything on 2021.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
But PS5 was like touting it like, look at all the games we got. And then like everybody's like, are you really going to get those out? Like, those are going to come out this year? And they're like, yeah, duh. And then like and now like
I think they were just trying to stay relevant because the Xbox was buying up all the studios, and they're like, yeah, but we still got all the shit we got coming, like
Tyrita says couldn't run Call of Duty. What are you talking about?
What are we talking about?
On your PS5? Does that, I don't understand. But let me know what you're talking about, Ty. So Rebecca Valentine at IGN says the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S are officially the fastest-selling Xbox consoles ever, according to Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. This news came as a part of the company's earnings call today, during which Microsoft announced that it had now sold more X and S consoles life to date than any other previous Xbox console generation, with demand for the consoles continuing to exceed available supply. Supply limitations on Xbox and other gaming hardware are expected to continue for some time due to an ongoing chip shortage, with Intel CEO saying the shortage could drag on even into 2023. So this might be the longest running console generation of all time. I think, like, because it's not really going to hit its stride until about 3 years in. You know, like whenever everybody will be able to just get them. So will they extend the life of this generation of consoles, or are they just going to cut it off short? Like, it makes you wonder.
That's a good question. I think it's all about how long they can make money off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I think it's probably going to stretch for a while, you know? I think we're at least another 7 years or so, 8 years. You know what I mean? Before
That'd be crazy. That'd be super long. Most console generations are like 7 years. So
That's what
if
I'm
you
thinking.
add another 8 to the already 2, we're almost at 2 years. It's almost been out for right? It's
but no, it hasn't. It's only been out like a year, right?
How long has it been? I don't know.
It feels like a year.
It feels like it's been millions of years. I want to see when the Series X release date was.
Sometime in 2020.
What? Yeah, it had to. Yeah, it was 2020. But so, came out. Okay, no. Launching November 10th, 2020. Okay,
Yeah.
why did I feel like it was like 2 years? Okay, so no, it's only been. It hasn't even been a year yet.
Yeah.
We're almost at a year.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So we're almost at a year. If we did another 8 years, that would be 9 years. That would be 2 years past the average like console life
That's what I expect. I really think that sounds right to me, you know?
But I mean, well,
unless
I guess
technology just improves like a shit, I
way
mean, which
too
it
much,
will,
yeah.
you know, but like I don't know. I don't think
Plus,
we're
you
going
got
to be
the 3000, or you got the 30 series out now, like on PC, and so like imagine in 9 years, there's going to be like a 40 series. Like there's gonna be literal people inside your computer. Like there's gonna be like AI, like just like running all of your shit. Like it's gonna be weird, you know. So like I think we're at a strange time, like video game technology wise.
Yeah, but I think the chip shortage is also going to keep us from moving forward for a while, and at least in the PC department. And I think moving forward in the PC department is kind of what drives
everything
else forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, who knows? I heard they're making fucking PCs illegal in some states. Did you see that?
What? Oh, because of the or like the
some kind of electricity
assets
thing.
and stuff.
There's some kind of like electricity shortage in like in 5 different states. They've made high-end gaming PCs illegal.
What states is this?
I'll have to let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, Google this. Because
I
we
saw a
don't
meme.
live in China.
Dude,
what is happening?
Apparently we do.
You just got. I mean,
Good old
are you gonna
Texas,
bust up in my house? You gonna know I have an expert gaming rig, dude?
I don't know.
Are you gonna come in there and be like, "Ooh, that graphics card is just a little too high for you, there, bud"? You gonna arrest me? Because it ain't happening. Like, how are they gonna know?
Okay, California is one of them. Hold up.
Of course, but like, you know, give me a state that it doesn't make sense in. Like,
Hang
that's
on,
just
let me see.
gaming illegal. That's so fucking crazy. I gotta figure this out. I'm freaking out now.
I'm trying to. Oh, okay, 6 states. Ooh, geez.
What?
Let's see. No longer be in half a dozen U.S. states. Trying to find a list of the states.
I love articles like this where they just don't even tell you.
Dude, how are they not gonna have a fucking
Just
like a straight up? Just
go to the
list
first.
of-
What does the first paragraph say? It'll be in there. It'll.
Oh,
just,
here we go. Here we go. Okay, no longer for sale in California, Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Vermont, or Washington.
None of that surprises me at all. Not a single one of those states except for Hawaii. The rest of them though, like that makes complete sense. Like,
Yeah, and this is just implying that you can't buy them there. So I think if you already own one, they're not gonna like kick your door in and fucking take it. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
like,
that's the problem, Drive By Joe. They're putting all the electricity in the cars. You know, they're taking it away from our gaming rigs.
those damn electric cars.
Yeah, but that's just ridiculous.
Pretty
Like,
weird though, right?
imagine being in a state where you walk into a micro center and they're they're restricted on what they can sell you.
I saw a meme earlier and it was like me smoking legal weed on my illegal gaming PC.
It makes no sense. I mean, we're talking about what is it, Oregon? One of them was Oregon.
Yeah.
Like they can literally do heroin now. They can do heroin legally. Like, like you can't buy a PC.
Nope.
What is going on?
Them's the rules.
Anyways, Brent, you got the rest of the news.
Okay.
I had a rough day. I couldn't get much news.
Okay, let's see. Forza Motorsport 7, the most recent entry in the Forza's simulation racing series, will soon reach the end of its life.
The way they wrote that, like,
Bro, it's not even just being dramatic. Listen to this.
okay, all right.
Developer Turn 10 has announced that Forza 7 will be removed from sale on September 15th, although it will continue to support online services for the foreseeable future.
But why?
I guess just because they feel like it's not like the most recent entry anymore, but they're taking it off of Game Pass and they're completely stopping selling it. Like is that
Is
not
it
a little
only
dramatic?
online game?
No.
Then I don't understand.
It came out in 2017. There's a whole like campaign mode in it.
Is there an 8? Like, is there a
Maybe, but like does that really mean we should just stop? Like we can go buy all the Forza Horizon games still. You know what I mean? Like what? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know, man. I say once the game's over, take them all away. No, I'm just kidding.
Drag it behind the shed and shoot it. Fucking.
I mean, do you ever go back and play Call of Duty 2, dude? Do you ever play Call of Duty, just Call of Duty?
I played
Finest
through
Hour?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered the
That's
other
the remaster. Do you ever just pop in Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Like
No,
the
I
OG?
don't. But I didn't really play Call of Duty Modern
I'm not
Warfare
saying
that
they
much.
should take these off, but it just like sometimes I do think about that. I'm like, especially these ones where they come out annually. You know, I'm like, does anybody just go back and play like, you know, the random 5th one that like nobody?
But why not?
thinks
I mean,
of?
if that just happens to be your favorite game, you shouldn't just be like not allowed to buy it anymore.
I
Like,
love Call of Duty Ghosts, dude. That's like my favorite game of all time. I'm sure that's a real sentence that's happened.
Call of
before.
Duty Ghosts goes hard, dude.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
And Call
but
of Duty Ghosts is the only Call of Duty that has extinction mode in it, which
Extinction was
is
tight.
fucking sick. So,
But I bet you couldn't find a single lobby in that game right now, like
no,
to play
probably
Extinction.
not. But you could still play it with your homies. You know,
That's
what I mean?
true.
You could still go buy it online and fucking play it if you want to by yourself, which is apparently not an option for Forza 7 anymore for some reason.
I'm guessing it's just something to do with the cost of like having it up on the store. Like maybe it's just
Maybe. Does it cost money to have it up on the store? You'd think
Yeah, of
Game
course.
Pass would be paying them. You know what I mean? Like,
tried playing Black Ops 4 and the graphics are horrible compared to Warzone, so zero fun. I agree. I'm one of those people. Brent's not like that though. Brent will play a game just because it's a game. Like, and that's not an insult. Like,
No,
yeah, that's just like how it is.
yeah, I
Like-
played Black Ops 4 pretty recently and kind of enjoyed it. And I played it on the PS4, and like I'm used to my like PC and shit. So
I feel like games are one of the only mediums that you have to remaster after like a decade. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to enjoy. Or
well,
like,
at least to
for me.
introduce it to a new generation of gamers, like you know, most people who've played a game that they played as a kid can find joy in the nostalgia, you know. But you're not gonna give a kid like one of our old shitty games and not remaster it and expect them to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
and it's not only that. I'm just talking about myself. Like for games that I grew up playing, like even like as much as I love BioShock, like have you tried to go back and play the non-remastered one? It feels like it. like it almost feels what's the word for it? Maybe I'm just like too emotionally attached to things, or like I think too hard about how far we've come with like newer games, but I feel like I'm missing out by playing the game because I'm like
It's interesting that you bring up BioShock because like I actually did recently play BioShock and BioShock because I bought BioShock the collection on PC, right? And it comes with BioShock and BioShock Remastered.
Yeah.
So I had both of them and I downloaded both of them. And it's weird because like this is only on PC, mind you. I see where you're coming from because if you play the old console version of BioShock, it's like
it's
dirty
bad.
looking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's rough. It's rough.
But if you play the remastered PC version and the normal version on PC, some of the textures in the normal game actually look better than the remastered version for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's like I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously some things look way better in the remastered version.
And
you know what I mean?
I just want to say, because Veronica, you said I can play Super Mario Bros. All day. That's the same here. When I say old games, I'm specifically talking about 3D games, like older 3D games. Like 2D games, it doesn't matter when they come out. Like if they're good, they're good. They're going to be classic.
There's an art to it too.
Yeah.
Like the flat games have their own little style.
Yeah,
you know? It's almost like
they're timeless.
Yeah.
You know, like
so many games still try to recreate that. You know what I mean? Like
it's like whenever you go back to games, like because the games get so many more polygons as you know technology gets better and better, it's like you notice the polygons on games that like when you were playing it originally you didn't notice, you know.
Also, developers have figured out how to make 3D spaces work a lot better since like the PS1 PS2 era. Like there was a point where we had 2 sticks and we didn't realize we should use one of the sticks to do the camera. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing that I feel like that's what I meant by feeling like I'm missing out, is because some of those old 3D games, like there's mechanics that have been introduced in future games that I'm like, it feels empty now. It feels hollow to go back to these. Like the story is cool, but I don't want to sit here and play this like subpar video game when I could be playing something new.
Well, and especially games from that era, like PS2 and earlier, I feel like those games are the ones that really can use the remaster more than anything, you know? Like BioShock, you know.
Even 360 though. I feel like there's not all games on 360 need to be remastered. Like there's some that work, like Dead Space it looks fine.
So okay, I think most 360 games need a remaster. Most games pre-360 need a remake.
Yeah, remake.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you there for sure.
Yeah.
But I do think like fucking, you know, like the Resident Evil 2 remake was such a good thing. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the 360 games could benefit from a remake too. Like I think the Dead Space is going to be really good if it's actually a remake. You know what I mean? But like Mass Effect, I feel like was good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't feel like it's remastered enough. You know, I feel like they could have done more to the remaster, you know?
Well, that's what you get when you get a remaster. You know, like a remaster just means they're going to like up-res it, you know, basically, and like go in and make the textures look a little bit better, and then maybe fix like something, you know, if there was a glitch in the original game, they try to take that out, and then like, you know, just it's not anything bigger than that. And then they really, I think it's more just to hype you up for the new one coming out. It's not even about like, let's give these people what they deserve. It's like, let's just put out something to get hype built up around this game we're putting out.
Makes you wonder if they'll make a new Dead Space once all the hubbub has died down.
Oh, they definitely will. That's why they're changing the story a little bit, according to that article we talked about or read last week, where they were like, some of the story stuff that involves 2 and 3 might not be present. And I think that's because they want to continue it in like a brand new way.
I read they're not cutting any content out of the original Dead Rising game. That's what I read.
Dead Space, you mean?
Dead Space.
Yeah. So like in the article, it said something about the sequels. Like it might not be so like connected to the sequels. And I think that's because they don't want to have to remake 2 and 3. I think they just want to go forward.
You know what'd be crazy is if they just dropped it and they didn't say shit to anybody, but it was actually just all 3 games like smashed into one.
That
and
would
it's just
suck though.
dead
That'd be
space.
so long.
It would be, but it would be
You get
fucking
so-
tight.
And it starts with like worse, like bad mechanics, and slowly gets better mechanics, and then bad mechanics again. Like I
No,
don't
they
know.
couldn't do that. You couldn't regress. It would have to just be like a build up through the whole
Yeah.
game.
I say just put out one and retell the story, but like do it however you want, but just make sure you stick to the story. You know, keep it
Yeah.
solid. But anyways, Brent, what else you got?
Okay.
Okay.
Free update for new Pokemon Snap will add new areas, more pocket monsters to photograph, and at least one neat twist next week.
Oh my gosh, it's M. Night Shyamalan. He's back.
This is actually coming tomorrow,
Cool.
and they're gonna have all kinds of new stuff. And the neat twist is like you're gonna be able to shrink down and view Pokemon from like a tiny Honey I Shrunk the Kids style.
Get to look up and see their testicles like hanging above you.
Exactly,
Their
dude. You get to-
Pokeballs.
not only that, you get to photograph their testicles.
Just taking pictures of Pikachu's asshole.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand the point of getting small taking pictures. Like what are you doing?
It's specifically to photograph testicles and assholes.
That's it says it on the like description.
Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Oak's like, Ash, we're gonna be
So-
taking some pictures of ass tomorrow.
I'm glad they're supporting Pokemon Snap. I wish they would have supported
Mario Party?
but you know, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
I mean, are
It
you
is
are you
what
gonna
it
go
is.
back? Are you gonna play some
Hell yeah,
Snap,
I'm gonna
dude?
go back.
You gonna get snapped, bro?
Hell yeah, it's like the only game I play on my Switch.
Really?
Yeah, I play Pokemon Snap more than I care to admit.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on. No, I'm just kidding. No, just like no. Actually, I heard it's great. A lot of people liked it.
It's really good.
So, do you got any more news, or that's
it. That's
all right.
all the
Yeah,
news.
there was really not much news going on this
It
week.
was a
video game-wise.
shouty today.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was a shouty.
Anyways, we're going to jump over to this week's releases where I'm going to let you know which brand new games are coming out in the next 7 days. Starting with In Sound Mind, coming to Switch, Xbox Series S and X, PS5, and PC on August 3rd for $39.99. Then we got Rocket Rumble. I'm going to stop reading like the descriptions. I'm just going to tell you what games are coming, how much they're going to cost, because some of these don't even tell you anything. But maybe every now and then when a good game comes through, I'll read it. But I just
How
want
you know if it's a good game?
because
if
I
you're not
read them
reading
all
the
as
descriptions?
I write them down. Like literally, that's how I can read them so well. Is because I've already read them, and so like my brain knows what's coming. But like a lot of these, dude, like Rocket Rumble coming August 3rd to PC only. You don't need to know what that is. Like other than the fact that it's Rocket Rumble. It's racing. I mean, it sounds
I
like.
don't know what Rocket Rumble is.
Let's take a look. Rocket Rumble combines the best parts of combat racing and fast-paced action. You can tell by by the names, like what it is.
Well, now I can.
Yeah.
Now that I know it combines the best part of racing and the
Okay,
best
I'll
part
read
of
the-
rumbling.
I'll read like the first sentence,
Like
so you
Drive
know what
by
the game
Joe
is.
loves it.
Yeah, we love the description telling. Okay, if Drive by Joe loves it, then I'll do it. Okay. In Sound Mind is an imaginative psychological horror experience by the creators of cult classic Nightmare House 2
Especially in different voices.
that challenges your expectations and ushers you through the deepest corners of your mind. And then we the highly anticipated Rocket Rumble coming to PC on August 3rd. Couldn't find a price, but Rocket Rumble combines the best parts of combat racing and fast-paced action fighting games in a 2 to 4 player party game where a charming cast of animals in rocket suits smash and bash their way across the finish line.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then we have Dungeon Defenders. I don't want to go with that one. Awaken.
I like that one.
Awaken, coming to Switch on August 4th for $29.99. Dungeon Defenders Awakened brings back the hit cooperative action RPG strategy tower defense game series, recapturing the soul of the original Dungeon Defenders.
That actually sounded like an advertisement. Like, that was legit.
Yeah, dude, I'm going for the 90s, like right in between your favorite Cartoon Network, cartoon.
Yeah, totally.
It's like
the Toonami advert, like...
Strategic Mind Blitzkrieg, coming to PS4 and PS5 on August 4th for $39.99. Strategic Mind Blitzkrieg is a turn-based strategy set in the period of World War II. You are to lead the German armed forces, overcoming unthinkable odds and claiming the ultimate bittersweet victory in Europe. Europe. Is it Europe or Europe? Europe. And then we have Strategic Mind, The Pacific, coming to PS4 and PS5 on August 4th for $29.99. Strategic Mind, The Pacific is a turn-based strategy set in the World War II period, depicting the war between.
That sounds like the last game.
It's kind of like the whole thing. It's the Pacific though. You know, it's like midway. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you're flying over the ships, you're dropping bombs.
Yeah.
Nah, okay.
Yeah.
And then we got the Falconeer. The Falconeer is coming to PS4, PS5, and Switch on August 5th for $29.99.
Okay.
Combining classic dogfighting mechanics and acrobatics, twists, and turns with an awe-inspiring open environment and bestiary of fantastic enemies in a land, sea, and air. The Falconeer is an ocean world fantasy aerial combat RPG. Now, I like how they put that at the very end, like to tell you what it is, just like, oh yeah, by the way, all that shit we were saying, it's just an ocean world fantasy aerial combat RPG. And then we got Dodgeball Academia.
Oh shit.
Coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on August 5th for $24.99. In a world where dodgeball is life, you join Otto at the academy and train to become the ultimate dodgeball champion. Journey through a full-blown RPG story mode. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that movie Dodgeball, you know, with Vince Vaughn.
But like it reminds me of like the fact that it's saying a full-blown RPG story mode with
It's gonna be like Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis, dude,
I would
but with
fuck with it.
dodgeball. I'm
Yeah.
in for that.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm already there. And then we got Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles, coming to Xbox Series S and X on August 5th.
Over yonder,
for
we're
30
catching them clouds.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it's trying to do because it's like a farming game, I think. It's like Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles is an open-world adventure across the beautiful, vibrant island of Gemia. The hero of Yonder will explore the island, uncovering its secrets and the mysteries within themselves as they embarks on a journey. I'm reading this exactly how it's written.
Verbatim.
Yeah, verbatim. On a journey of self-discovery while saving Gemia and its people. And then we have Jupiter Hell, coming to PC on August 5th for $24.99. Jupiter Hell is a turn-based roguelike shooter from the depths of cosmic hell, built on a classic roguelike framework updated with modern 3D graphics. And then we have Doomsday Vault, coming to Switch and PC on August 5th for $19.99. You are on a lone mission to rescue Earth's precious plant life. In your robotic suit, navigate a flooded city, break into an underground lair, explore in ancient pyramids, collect seeds, and return them to the safety of the vault. None of that sounded enticing, but all right. And then we have Picross S Mega Drive and the Mark III edition, coming to Switch on August 5th for $9.99. This edition of Picross S marks an exciting collaboration between Picross S and characters from hit Sega games. Cool. Then we have Bless Unleashed, coming to PC on August 6th. Couldn't find a price. But it's built with the hardcore MMO gamer in mind. Bless Unleashed takes players on an epic multiplayer journey across a vibrant, persistent world where gods exist and mythical beasts are a constant threat. Okay, and then we got I Am Dead, coming to PS4, Xbox One, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on August 9th for $19.99. I Am Dead is a charming puzzle adventure game about exploring the afterlife. And then we have City of Gangsters coming to PC August 9th. Couldn't find a price. But start a crime syndicate from nothing and grow it into a well-oiled money machine in the crime simulation game City of Gangsters. Then we have Book of Travels coming to PC on August 9th. Couldn't find a price. But join the Book of Travels and become a part of a unique social role-playing experience. Inspired by genre classics, this is a serene adventure that sets you adrift in a fairy tale world. But it's also an invitation to roleplay without the restraints of linear missions and plot lines. And then finally, we have Button City coming to Switch, Xbox Series S and X, PS5, and PC on August 9th for $19.99. Button City is an adorably colorful narrative-driven adventure about friendship and community. Explore a diorama world, play exciting arcade games, complete quirky quests, and meet cute animal friends. And that's why I'm playing that game. Okay.
Man, those sound terrible.
Yeah, dude. This is why. That's why I was not gonna read the description.
Fucking so many games be coming out, and all of them
Oh,
are just
so bad.
so bad sounding.
Except for Yonder, dude. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah, I gotta catch some clouds, but
I'm down. I'm down
aside
for
from
that.
that,
And the
yeah.
dodgeball. Dodgeball sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'll fuck with dodgeball.
As long as the dodgeball mechanics are good, I can play it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But anyways, so let's jump on over to currently playing. Brent, are you playing anything good?
Yeah, man, I'm playing all kinds of good stuff.
Okay.
So I've been playing Hitman VR still.
Okay.
I went ahead. I've had so much fun with it. I went ahead and got the first thing, first Hitman 1. You know what I mean? Because you
Yeah,
can play
yeah.
all 3 of them in VR, right?
Is it good? That like, have you been getting? Not is it good, but have you been getting good? Like, are you an assassin
Dude,
now?
I am fucking Agent 47, dude. Oh my god.
Do you feel like, you know how whenever Columbine and all that shit happened, they were like, video games train them to kill. Like, do you
yeah.
feel like this is like when they should be doing that? You know, like I feel like with Columbine, it's like, bro, they were playing Doom. Like that shit was like.
Look, man, I'm not saying this game hasn't trained me to kill.
not that I'm saying someone should come in and regulate video games, but I'm saying like of all the times in the world to be like video games did this. Like that was around the time Super Mario Bros was like a fucking hit. Like
Look, man,
I'm just saying like this is the time.
I can't defend Hitman morally.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not a fucking family-friendly game.
At the beginning it's like don't try this at home, like in your VR headset.
But dude, it's so much fun. Oh my god. It's really good. Like the stealth aspects of it are fun. I think there should be more stealth games where you can wear disguises. I like the like concept of putting on a disguise and then like walking past the one guy in the room who would recognize you even with the disguise and like trying to like walk around his back, or like, chop food next to him, like, and blend in as a chef or something, There's all kinds of like stealth aspects of Hitman that are fun, like the whole hiding in plain sight kind of concept. Not many other games have done that aside from like Assassin's Creed around the Assassin's Creed 3 point, you know what I mean? And even they didn't really go too into it, you know what I mean?
No, you just put your hood on and people
Yeah,
are like,
or, like,
where'd he go?
Blend into the crowd or something. Most stealth games you're like hiding behind walls and stuff, which you can do in Hitman.
Or a box.
Yeah.
I mean, a box is a disguise.
Yeah.
I mean, that works. A
And
snake.
you can get in boxes in Hitman too, though. That's
You
the
can
cool
get
thing.
in everything.
You know,
in that
you can
game.
get in everything. You climb in. That's the cool thing about Hitman is just how versatile it is. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways to do every level. Like, you can play a level 5 times and like have a whole different experience each time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, if you want, first of all, the cool thing about Hitman is if you want, you can just walk up and shoot your target and walk away. You know? Now, you're probably going to get killed if you try to do that. You know what I mean? But if you plan it right, you can do that. Or you can, like, walk around the level and, like, eavesdrop on conversations and, like, follow characters and, like, do what kind of equate to, like, missions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's, like, it's just so different every time you play it. Like, the way you kill them, the, like, place you do it, like,
That's the whole point,
the way you
though.
escape.
It's
you know what I mean?
so that like I watched like a lot of behind the scenes on the Hitman games, like for with the developers
Yeah.
on NoClip, and they talk about it that every level was just a giant puzzle. They were like, okay, how can we make this like it's almost like an escape room.
Mhm.
Like they were like,
That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
Like a big puzzle, though. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much, like, level to each level. And it's not necessarily, like, how big the level is. It's how much detail
Yeah, it's
is
the
in.
depth of the level.
Every room is packed with, like, little mundane objects you could use for a weapon. Or, like, a screwdriver, which might not be useful right now, but, like, later on in the level, you might have to have a screwdriver to sabotage a thing to make a fucking chandelier fall on your target or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. That's another thing that's incredibly fun about Hitman to me, is walking around the level finding things to use in my, like, little...
In your murder.
Yeah, in my meltdown. You know? Like,
Yeah.
finding poison in the level and, like, repurposing it to make your target go to the bathroom and throw up or something. You know what I mean? It's just really satisfying. And also, there's, like, a million different weapons in that game, and they've all been rendered really, really beautifully in VR. Like all of them. There's, like, so many different things you can pick up, and it looks incredible in your hand. Like, it's, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I've really been enjoying Hitman. and I started playing Dishonored for some reason. I don't know what brought me to Dishonored.
I always play Dishonored, but never beat Dishonored.
That's how I was too.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I don't know what it is, man. I always quit playing Dishonored, but this time I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it. And then something like halfway through the game clicked, and I just got really into it. You know what I mean?
How far did you have to get into it for it to click? And is this the first one or second one?
This is the first one.
Okay.
And like, okay, without giving too much away, there's like a story arc, like maybe
I know
a little more than halfway through the game. That's like a major turning point in the story. You know what I mean?
Have you already got the rats? Like, or am I thinking of the second one?
There's rats in the game.
Like that you can use. Like, have you already got the rat
That's like
power?
the very like you can unlock the rat power as early as you want. As soon as you get the Dishonored, or as soon as you get the Mark of the Outsider on your hand, you can unlock rats. As soon as you get enough runes, like it's
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm.
That's
thinking
like one of the
something
first
else.
things you can do in the game for sure.
I always stop whenever I get to the part where it's like outside and there's like a little like caboose or something that you can get in. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like all the levels in that game are just very linear. Not
What?
yeah. Well,
That is like not true.
linear in the
There
way
is-
that here's where you're going, here's where you're beginning. Yeah, there's a bunch of different shit you can do in between to get there, but I mean like it's linear. It's not like you're going out like Fallout and like doing this big open world shit. It's like it's there. Like that's why I get bored with it.
To say that a level in Dishonored is linear is to say that like a level in Hitman is linear. Like it's almost the same thing. Like, sure, you have an objective that you
Yeah.
have to go do within the level, but
Mhm.
there's again at least 4 or 5 different ways you can do it, including but not limited
Not
to
killing.
not killing your
Yeah.
target, or killing in creative ways, or like there's a million different ways you can
Just to be clear, I'm not hating. I'm saying why I get bored with it. Like I get bored with the areas. Like it's not enticing enough. Like I don't know.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
first of all, it's not linear, and second of all, the areas are probably one of the best things about Dishonored. Like the level design is spectacular in the first game.
And there's not much shit to find.
There is so much shit to find. You're tripping, dude. You need to go. You're just talking out of your ass
Hey,
right now, dude.
Whoever's in the chat, let me know. Is there a shit ton of stuff to be finding in those levels? Because
Yes, dude. That's literally like the whole point of Dishonored is to explore and find cool shit. Like that's like.
what's the coolest thing you found besides like some notes?
Well, okay. I mean, most of it's like upgrade items. You know what I mean? But like, you still have to like find it in cool ways. Yeah, look. I'm telling you, man.
Just trolling.
Never even been outside past the first level in this bitch.
I've been past the first level. I've been past the first level like 4 or 5 times. Like it's literally I've played that game.
The whole
like 4 or
point
5
of
times.
Dishonored is to not be linear. Like that is
Yeah.
the whole point of the game. Like,
But I'm also like I'm just one of those people that if I'm playing a stealth game and I get caught, I'm fucking throwing my controller and I'm not playing it.
that's
like,
why okay. That's another thing about Dishonored is like it doesn't have to be a stealth game. If you don't want it to be a stealth game, you can literally just walk through like I did in my playthrough,
Yeah.
hacking people to bits. You know what I'm saying?
But how's that fun though?
It's incredibly fun because it's not just like, you have to be good. You have to like block their attacks and hit them while they're like staggered and shit. You know what I mean? You have
Yeah.
to still use your rat power to make the fucking rats come out and like eat them, and you could slow time, and there's all kinds of cool shit. You don't have to play it stealthily. You just are encouraged to play stealthily because it gives you a better ending.
and also
depending
you
on how
feel
you
way
play.
cooler whenever you're able to pull off crazy stealth shit.
Dude,
But I
there's
just
nothing
can't.
cooler than fucking going into slow-mo and chopping somebody's head off and then shooting the guy across the room and then summoning a swarm of rats to kill everybody else in the room. Like, that's fucking badass.
What
like,
would you do if like you were just walking and you saw a dude just summon a bunch of rats, like, and they all
like
just,
Willard? Like,
they all just start running at you?
I would be
Obviously,
fucking
you have to run from the rats.
I'd probably
but
try to stomp the rats, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I don't think the rats would put up too much of a fight unless they had like the Black Plague or
Yeah,
something.
you'd have to have some fucked off rats. I'm
Yeah.
assuming these rats and like the rats from like Plague Tale Innocence and shit are
Yeah,
like, you know,
one in the same.
mega rats. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
not just like some normal fucking, you know, Pinky in the Brain looking ass rats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got to be like but sometimes rats are cute though. You know, like I don't know if I want to step on them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's tough.
Well,
It's
you
tough
can
out here.
become them in Dishonored, or any animal for that matter, with
Mm-hmm.
your fucking dude. Dishonored's the shit. The game is so fun, and like you can. Oh my god, I could go on for days. But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
I played all of Dishonored.
Oh, you beat
one.
it?
Yeah, I beat the whole
Okay.
game. It was super duper fun. So then I was like, okay, well I'm gonna play Dishonored 2 because I have all three of them. I just haven't really played
Jumped
them.
into
You
'em,
know,
yeah.
so I was like, fuck it, I'm on a roll. And so this morning I popped on Dishonored 2, and it was having like this really bad like micro stutter. I don't know what was going on. So I spent the whole morning like troubleshooting and just trying to figure out what was wrong. And I figured out that like it has trouble if it tries to go over 60 frames per second. So
Really?
yeah, so basically I had to like change my Nvidia settings to think my monitor was 60 frames per second, so the game would VSync to 60 frames per second and wouldn't go over it, because if it goes over 60 frames per second, it has this weird like jittery thing. And it's weird because I was playing Dishonored 1 at like 2K 75 frames per second, and it was doing just fine. Like it didn't have any kind of like issues. But then you pop in Dishonored 2 and it says 75 frames per second, but it's like, you know what I mean?
PC gaming.
You know? I don't know.
That's the crazy thing about PC gaming.
It really is. I spent most of my morning trying to get Dishonored 2 to work right, and then finally I got it working. So I'm probably going to be playing a little bit of Dishonored 2. And I've also been playing that new Pokemon MOBA on Switch.
Unite, Pokemon
Yeah.
Unite. How is it?
It's good. It's fun.
This is your first MOBA, right?
Yeah, it is. It's really simple. The whole game is really basic. I wish
Yeah.
there was like more levels or something, but like it's fun.
Nah,
you know?
dude. With them MOBAs, that you want that one level so you can learn, like you just get used to it and you get the strategies down.
But
and do
there's
all that
not
shit.
anything to it. It's just a top and a bottom and then
In the mid,
and-
like the
but there's not
jungle.
and the jungle. Yeah, there's like there's no strategy. Like you just fucking either go to the top or you go to the bottom, and you fucking.
Oh no, there's definitely strategy and there's like a whole minutia to it. I mean, maybe not that one. Maybe
I don't know. All I know is I win like 9 out of my 10 games, like, and I
Really?
fucking don't do like I don't even try. I'm just.
What if you're like secretly the best like MOBA player
Maybe
ever?
I am, and I just don't realize it. But like,
We gotta get you
fucking-
into esports, dude.
every now and then I lose, and like when I do lose, I feel like we get smashed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, someone who's not 10 is playing. you. Yeah, but you should check out League of Legends, dude. Give it a try. Like, just give it.
But see, I don't really fucking care about League of Legends. Like Pokemon is fun because like I
you
like
No,
Pokemon. You
no,
know what
I get
mean?
that. I get that. But I'm just saying, like, just so you can experience a real MOBA
No,
one
I mean
time.
like I've seen League of Legends, obviously. You know what I mean?
There's a difference between seeing and playing it. Like it's fun. Like I'm telling you, it's just a fun thing to try. Like try that or try even Smite. Have you played Smite?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay. Well, then you've played one. Yeah, Smite's fun.
It's just I don't care about those games. I just it's hard to like get
Get
up in
into
the
it.
morning for something that's fucking.
Like your whole day is getting up just
I'm
for the video
serious.
games.
Like I don't give a shit about fucking any of the characters in those, you know. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, no, I feel you.
I wouldn't like Pokemon Unite if it wasn't Pokemon. You know what I mean? With any other skin,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just wouldn't be.
But you're enjoying it though.
I am enjoying it. I've been playing it too much.
Yeah.
The problem is like each match takes like fucking like 30 minutes, so I end up like spinning. Like I'll start playing it and I just look at the clock and suddenly it's fucking 6 in the morning. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I can't wait till it comes out to PC or not PC to phones and tablets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be playing it on my phone.
If it was on PC, it would be the ultimate. Right now, I think Switch is the best way to play it. Probably my fucking TV is broken still, so
You're switching it up.
so I'm playing it on my handheld and Switch. I would love to play it on the TV though. I feel like that would be the ultimate.
For sure. Is that all you've been playing?
Yeah, that's all I got.
So I've been playing lots of Call of Duty again. I'm back on the addiction. It got like we got like 4 or 5 dubs in a row on Rebirth Resurgence, and then we were like, all right, we're good. And then we played. I played some with Aaron with Breezy, and we got basically right to where we were about to get a dub, and then a hacker, of course. Like whenever we were like basically, if you play Verdansk. Now, you're taking it's like 50-50. You're either going to be in a lobby with a hacker who's going to just fucking destroy the game, or you're not. And so, like, the guy who killed us had 35 kills. Like, no, that's not real. And, like, and then it's funny because, like, you watch the thing, and he's, like, looking off in one direction, and then suddenly his whole screen just goes like straight to your head, and you're like across the street, and it just like 2 shots and you're just done.
Wow.
And it's like, dude, how are you having fun? How are you having fun? Like, I don't understand.
Like, are they even controlling the character?
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
do they just like push a button and like watch it? Like,
Basically, if there's somebody in a certain area and you click, it automatically aims at their head and just shoots. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like, the aimbot's ridiculous. And then the same people that are using the aimbot also use the wall hacks so they can see where you're coming from. Like, even if you're in a building or whatever, it just gets so stupid. So we always play the Rebirth Resurgence stuff because there's way less hackers for some reason. I guess they just don't care to play there. They just want to get that Verdansk dub. But anyway, so played that, and then I've already talked about how I finished Dark Souls. I'm about to hop into New Game Plus, but this week I had to take a break mentally from it because of just how much was going on with that. But I'm excited to get back into it. So next week I'll have more on that. And I think that's all I played. If you guys in the chat have been playing any games, you can let us know, and we'll talk with you about it. But we're going to jump on over to topic of the show.
Ah, yes.
So Brent came up with this topic, and Brent, you've been watching the Olympics, huh?
A little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say I've been, like, watching the Olympics,
but you've been tuning in.
Yeah, every now and then I watch a couple events. You know what I mean?
So I don't watch the Olympics, but I went and looked for the most crazy Olympic sports that like I did. Some of these I didn't even know existed.
There's a lot of Olympic sports.
Yeah, and if you go to the Olympics website, they just have like a page where it's just all of them. So anyway, so the topic of today's show is Olympic sports that need a video game. Now, I have a feeling that most of these games might as well just be in VR. You know, like I feel like you can't really make a game out of some of these, like unless you kind of take liberties and make them almost Tony Hawk level, like where it's just not real at all. You know, it's just for fun.
It might be the way to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Some of these I'm thinking that, but then others I'm just like, man, this should just be VR. But so let's jump into it, right? You want to go first? You want to?
Sure. I have like 3 different lists that I've made. I've made a list of obvious games like Olympic sports that would obviously make a good game.
Yeah.
I've made a list of Olympic sports that are not so obvious but still pretty obvious that they would make a good game. And then I made a list of weird Olympic sports that would make a good game.
Yeah,
so,
mine's just kind of a mix of all that. So,
yeah. So, like I said, I got a lot going on. I'll pull from the weird ones first just for fun.
Yeah, let me go first since you have like 900 of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I've only got the 5.
Just read your whole list, and then I'll go through my list.
All right, so first off, we got climbing. This is an obvious one, but it's like VR climbing would be
See, I
awesome.
didn't even. I looked at climbing, and I wasn't even thinking about VR, and I was like, how would that make a good game? But in VR, that would be dope. Yeah,
VR climbing would be really cool, especially if you could like make the scaling feel like real. And then like
and have like real people competing against you online.
Yes.
That would be fun.
And there's like techniques to it. Like, you know, like maybe you have to put your hands in like certain like
in chalk or something.
I guess that, but I just mean like in certain like maybe there's certain grips or something for like certain
oh yeah, you could use
things.
hand tracking even.
Yeah, it could be cool. I think that one is an obvious but could be a good one. Then I put one that I feel like you could go like a like, I don't even know really what you could do with this, but this is a sport called biathlon. A biathlon competition consists of a race in which contestants ski through a cross-country trail system
Oh, hell yeah.
whose total distance is divided into either 2 or 4 shooting rounds, half in prone position and the other half standing.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah, depending on the shooting performance, extra distance or time is added to the contestant's total skiing distance time. The contestant with the shortest total time wins. So basically,
this is another one that would be good in VR.
that's what I'm saying. So
you're
you're skiing and then you're shooting rifles. So my thing is like, take this idea and turn it into like a Twisted Metal type, like SSX tricky game. So instead of like actually doing this sport, this is one that could just be like a Tony Hawk situation where it's not realistic at all. But like you just have these people skiing downslope with guns,
shooting each
like
other?
shooting at each other.
Dude, that would be the dopest game ever.
Like you can go prone and shit and like pop up and
yeah.
like doing tricks and just capping
doing like
people.
backflips. And, yeah, that
No,
would be
dude.
tight.
Yeah, not very realistic at all, but I think it would be a fun game.
I
I'm
like
surprised
that.
there isn't a skiing shooting game yet, like or a skiing shooter.
There is a game coming to PSVR at some point where you're like skiing, and in the trailer it showed one of the levels he was skiing and shooting an Uzi.
Okay, see, somebody's thinking.
But it seems like it was just one level. But
Yeah.
still, looks like a cool game.
I had no idea this was a real competition, and on the wiki, it's like a picture of a dude in the 1800s doing it. So like I
Yeah,
get
dude, this has been a thing for a minute.
who was the fucking dude who was like, I've got an idea, and he just like hops on his skis and he's like, I bet you can't shoot better than me after I ski. And they're just like, dude, this is a game, bro.
They're probably just like, how can we add shooting to the Winter Olympics? And they're like, let's add skis.
They have shooting though. Oh, to the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay. So I didn't even think about Winter Olympics. All of my stuff is just from like.
Well, except the biathlon.
I guess that
obviously.
is technically winter. What the hell? I just got this off the website. And then okay, badminton.
Oh, dude, badminton would be sick.
Yeah,
dude.
how come we don't have badminton games? We got all these tennis games, volleyball games.
With like realistic badminton physics? That
Yeah,
would be
dude.
tight.
I think it would be tight, but I think
Why not? I mean, it'd be just like tennis or something, but like with different people.
we need Mario badminton. You know, like that's
Oh,
where
yes.
that's where we need it. And then of course fencing. We need some fencing.
Of course.
Yeah, but make it like very realistic in like maybe there's like combos with like the buttons and stuff that you can do to try and get points or whatever. Like you want to be strategic with how you maneuver and attack and stuff like that. Not just make it like two people just fucking slinging foil around or whatever. Like
This is another one that would be tight in VR.
all of it.
Now that you mention it, a lot of these would be really cool in VR.
Oh yeah, like that's basically it. Yeah, that's all I got. But I think all of
I
these
like
would
that
be
a
really
lot.
good in VR.
Yeah.
Brent, well, give us yours because I imagine yours are a little bit better.
I don't know if they're better, but I've just got a lot of them. Okay, so my obvious ones, these are games that would these are Olympic sports that would obviously be a good game. Most of them are obvious because there's already some kind of video game about them. Basketball, soccer, boxing, skateboarding, golf, baseball, snowboarding, and tennis.
Yeah.
All of those obviously.
But they already have games.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that's why they're in the obvious list. Less obvious ones, and one of these actually does have a game too, if you know what I'm saying. We got beach volleyball.
Extreme beach volleyball. But so I think there is a beat or not.
Is there like a professional like Olympic beach volleyball game?
I'm gonna have to look this up because that's the only reason I didn't put it is because
There's also normal volleyball in the Olympics, which I think could make a dope video game, frankly. You know what I mean?
let's see what we got here. So there's the
I know we got Dead or Alive.
there's Summer Heat Beach Volleyball for the PS2.
Okay.
There's Dead or Alive Extreme 2 I didn't know they made 2 of them.
Me either.
Then there was
It's not even called beach volleyball anymore on 2 though.
no, it's just Extreme 2.
Yeah.
And then there was Outlaw Volleyball for the original Xbox.
Okay, so we haven't got like a legitimate
No.
beach volleyball game at least since PS2.
No, definitely
what I
not.
mean?
Definitely not.
And then softball. I think softball would make a fun video game, you know?
Why is there not a softball game?
That's what I'm saying.
I guess it's basically just baseball.
Yeah, but why don't we have like licensed like professional softball teams, you know? Is that a thing? There's
I
like a
don't know.
softball league, right?
Yeah.
like-
I mean, you would assume. I think even like
even if there's not, we could have an Olympic softball game. That would be tight.
there's
you
a
know?
Google Play game called Burn the Ships that
Burn the ships.
I'm pretty sure it's like oh no, that's a documentary. There's no video game for
For
softball.
softball, there needs to be, man. That would
No.
be tight.
Ricardo says all those games have the best mods. Hint, hint.
Oh,
Dead or
God.
Alive mods going to slap. No, like
Oh,
you don't
jeez.
even need the mods, man. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I feel that. Anyways, Brent, what else you got there? Okay, so
Okay.
these are going good.
Yeah.
We found 2 that have no video games.
Yeah. This one's definitely got video games. Table tennis. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah, but
There's
that's
table-
like it's like Wii Sports
Yeah.
type or not Wii Sports, but Wii Sports Resort that had table tennis.
Yeah, most of the good table tennis games are like motion controller games, like VR. This is one that I think we could take out of VR and do well.
Could
in a
it, though?
normal? I don't know, maybe not.
Can you imagine just like how boring that
Have
would
you
be?
seen those Olympic tennis like ping pong players though? They're like standing across the room, fucking hitting that shit. You know what I mean?
It is true.
It's crazy.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Uh,
I've played ping pong a lot in my childhood and never got good. Like I just don't understand. Like and the way
actually-
they hold it, like it's
Yeah.
like backwards. They're just like
like I consider myself pretty good at ping pong, but I'm like nowhere. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to that shit.
yeah. There's good, but then there's like holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, man, it's wild. Okay, my last 2 less obvious ones are karate, which I think would be, obviously a fun.
We got a lot of karate games back in the SNES and NES days, but not since then.
Yeah.
But that's
And I'm
because
talking about like sport karate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like point fighting and stuff. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, but it would definitely have to be like a For Honor type mechanics where like it's very like what's the word for it? Like where it's realistic. Like you gotta like certain like moving the stick one way might actually like put you off
Guard and-
balance or
yeah.
like something like that. I don't know. I could see it being interesting, but I don't know how you'd make the mechanics work in that game for karate.
Maybe you do it like UFC, where like every button specifically controls like a limb of your body.
Oh
and
my
then
gosh, that would
different-
be annoying. But I get what
that's
you're
how,
saying.
That's how they do the UFC game. You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
A is your right arm
Yeah.
or whatever. Oh my
And
goodness.
then left with A is like a hook or something. You know what I mean? You could figure it out.
That could work.
And then surfing. You know?
We had back
Do we
on
have
the
a surfing
GameCube.
video game?
Yeah. What was the famous
Kelly Slater.
Kelly Slater.
You're right.
We
There
had-
was a Kelly Slater
It's
video
Pro
game,
Surfer.
wasn't there?
Like that game was horrible. Like
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean,
that's why I didn't put like BMX on here because we've already had it. We had Matt Hoffman, we had Dave Miras.
right.
We had a lot of BMX games. It's just like over time people just stopped
I don't even
caring.
think BMX is a current
Yeah, it is.
Olympic sport, is it?
I'm pretty sure. Is it not? Did they just take it away after Matt Hoffman died or whatever?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. You keep going.
Okay, now we're moving into the weird ones that I think would make good games. Rugby, I think you could make a cool rugby game,
Rugby would be cool. I feel like rugby's almost like I don't understand the rules of rugby.
Me either.
I just see
I'll
it
be
as
honest
like
with you. I don't really
football
get it.
without rules. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But it's like if we can make a good football game, surely we could make some kind of rugby game that would be tight.
It'd
You
just
know
be
what I mean?
NFL Street. Like I feel like it's the same thing. But I get what you're saying. I like it.
Yeah. I think a taekwondo game would be cool, which is basically just kicking each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think AJ would be dope or would like that because his best friend's fiance. She was just in the Olympics for
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
She did not win, but still.
She still probably
She was still
fucking
there.
Kick
Yeah.
your face off if you fuck
That's
with
what
her.
I'm saying. It's like just the fact you made it to the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's like enough. It's like you're better than like 90%
Of the world.
Of the world.
The fact
yeah.
that you are from America and you made it to the Olympics, you know? Because if you're from some, like, weird country, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but, like, there's a lot more people over here than a lot of places, you know what I mean? And a lot stiffer competition, you know?
Yeah. So we do have BMX. We have
Really?
BMX freestyle and then BMX racing.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
What fun.
Yeah, dude. Also, apparently breaking is a thing. Like
What?
break dancing is
Wait, what?
Yep. Olympic debut was it's going to be Paris 2024.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
new to the scene.
Wait, are the BMX ones not on it yet, or are they?
BMX freestyle is already a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then
I don't know why I haven't seen any BMX things at all this year.
apparently Tokyo 2020 competition or 2021 competition it already happened.
It's weird because a lot of the sports kind of just get buried. Like, you have to work hard to find the fucking boxing matches for the Olympics. Like, some of the stuff on, like, is just on Peacock, easy to watch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of it is, like, you really have to dig through the internet to, like, find replays.
It's I like the Olympics, but it's such a weird thing. Like it's such a strange thing where it's just like we're gonna bring all of the world's greatest curlers and like we're gonna put them on TV for a little bit, and you know, like they don't make no money, but they're gonna get a medal for their country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, but like imagine like being born into a curling family. Like, you know, like they're just like, you're going to be the greatest curler there ever was.
You
Like,
ever think about like that? Like, there's probably some curlers out there that are just like, there's some guy out there that's just amazing at curling and just never realized his potential because nobody ever fucking curls. You know what I mean? Like,
nobody saw the potential in him, dude. Like, you
Exactly,
know, he
like-
needed like the coach from Remember the Titans to find him, you know, like somebody to just be like, or like that new movie coming out with Venus Williams and Serena Williams.
Oh, with
Will
Will Smith?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
needs a Will Smith to
Yeah.
come in and be like, you got this. You know, and like give him cool
honestly,
quotes.
I really think that's like, I think that there's a lot of athletes out there in the world that just never realize their potential because they don't ever try to be athletic. You know what I mean? Like, some people are built for sports and just never do sports. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But I think that also comes with the mental thing. You know,
True, yeah.
It's like you know, you're either built for it or you're not, and by not doing it, you're not built for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like your brain wasn't like, this is what I need. I feel like you know, Michael
yeah, but
Phelps.
I mean, like, I know some people personally. Like there's a dude that I work with that I'm thinking of specifically, and he is just a fucking monster, dude. Like,
At what?
Like, just looking at him, you can just tell. Like, you can just tell that he's a fucking animal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's
just that
he's,
like sports
he's fucking
or
jacked, dude. Like,
oh,
and,
okay.
And like, I'm sure he works out and stuff. I mean, you have to work out to look like he does. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
But he doesn't play sports or anything. And it's like, dude, you know. Like,
Yeah.
you just look at this guy, you'd be like, damn, dude, you know, you're built for that shit. Like, you could fucking do any kind of sport you want. He's tall, he's fucking jacked. Like, I don't know, man. And it's like, he
And
doesn't,
doesn't
do
play
shit.
sports.
No.
No. See, but that's what I'm talking about. I feel like Michael Phelps was born in bathwater. You know what I'm saying? They did
Yeah.
like the underwater birth, and like he came out and he was just ready, or not underwater, but whatever, you know. And like from like age 3, he was just like, I want to swim, and they were like, all right. They threw him in, and he was swimming laps. He was fucking flip turning at age 3.5. Like that's the thing. It's like it's got to be embedded in you. Like it's just like, this is what I want. Because if you don't start young like that, it's probably never gonna happen. Like old boy that you're talking about, he may be jacked and 6 foot tall, 6'3" or whatever, but he's too old now. It's like he had to start then.
Well, unless you're just a fucking freak, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
I guess we
Like,
do got Ngannou.
I was about to
Ngannou
say,
was only
Francis Ngannou's only been fighting for like 3 years or something, and he's like the fucking heavyweight champ.
the
you know?
champ,
but it's
dude.
because he's just built for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like his body is just fucking ridiculous. Like
Recondo says, I'm pretty jacked.
hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, but I don't see you playing sports, bro. No, no. You wasted potential.
He needs a Will Smith, dude. We need to find Anthony. Let me be your Will Smith,
Yeah,
Anthony.
dude, he'll just come in every day and just like tell you about your potential and
Yeah.
kind of yell at you to
I'm
where
gonna-
like it's almost like he's talking down on you, but he's actually just trying to build you up.
Yeah, and I'm
You
going to tell everybody else about your potential, too. And I'm going to go up to my girlfriend in the middle of the night and be like, that boy, he's going to make it one day. I'm going to say that over
She's
and
like, you just ate pickles and it's like the smell is just really bad. And like, I'm just trying to sleep.
Yeah.
You do this every night. Like, I'm sure he's going to do great at whatever this flag football or whatever you're talking about. No, but
Anyways, yeah.
what
yeah.
else we got?
The last things I got, obviously, I got badminton and fencing on mine, too. you know?
Nice. Yeah, those are the ones.
But the last three I've got would also be way better in VR now that I'm thinking about it. I got kayaking, which would be dope in VR as a sport. Horse riding, which would be dope in VR. As
what's that called?
Equestrian.
Equestrian, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I saw some meme about that the other day. They're like, equestrian, like, in the Olympics is, like, the only sport where, like, the horse does all the work, but then we give medals to the people.
Dude, for real. Doesn't make any sense. But it would be a fun video game. And field hockey. And that's all I got.
Field hockey. Is that like in like you play hockey?
It's
in
like
the field?
hockey, except you have like a ball instead of a puck.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's stupid. If you ain't on the ice, you ain't playing hockey. I'm just saying. That's like in the Mighty Ducks where they're playing on like the concrete with like the roller puck. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. Honestly, like I feel like that should be an Olympic sport. It's like street hockey, dude. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
I
yes.
always wanted to play street hockey. Like ever since I saw Mighty Ducks. But,
Dude,
like,
ever since for me it was what's that cartoon back in the day where they were all skateboarding? Rocket Power.
Rocket Power?
Bro, Rocket Power is what made me want to play fucking street hockey.
Oh yeah, they played a lot of street hockey.
Yeah.
That was the thing in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Like people just forgot about street hockey, bro. And mountain boarding?
Oh,
Y'all
yeah,
remember
dude.
that?
Mountain boarding. Wow.
Yeah, the down Bruise Man's Curve.
We're
dude.
old, dude.
Yeah. Well, we quit. No. But yeah. So that's it for our picks of Olympic sports that need a video game. They absolutely need one. None of this is just could be looked over. But anyways, yeah. So if we missed your favorite Olympic sport that you think needs a video game, let us know. And then we're gonna jump on over to the People's Champ. Do we have a People's Champ this week, Brent?
Yeah, we've got a champion, but I'm
Wow.
not really sure how to answer his question.
Well, ask it.
He says, does controller aim assist really matter when keyboard and mouse players have the mobility?
See, I ask this question every day as I get yelled at for being a controller player. See, my thing is like, you know, I play with like a normal sensitivity. All right, I'm no expert. Okay, I don't have like the high sensitivity on my Y and X axis on my controls,
Right.
my analog sticks. So don't be getting mad at me, you know, about like the tiny little bit of aim assist you get in Call of Duty Warzone, you know, because I'm using controller. You have a mouse. You literally just point where you want it to shoot.
Yeah, just click on me.
Just click on me, bro. Just click on me. But you ain't going to do it because guess what? You suck. You suck. No, but anyways, yeah, Dodge Texas Bear says Olympic swimming game, ultimate unlockables, Michael Phelps,
It's
high as
like
fuck.
new challenger approaches, and it's just Stone Michael Phelps.
He's like sitting on a couch with like in a
with
Speedo.
the bong looking
like-
back. Like
Dude, a swimming game in VR could be interesting. Like if you had to get
yeah,
the
you
technique,
do the strokes.
you'd probably knock your ceiling fan off and
Yeah.
shit. Like it'd be a bad idea,
It'd be
like to do
weird.
butterfly. Like you're just slapping people.
It'd feel
Like-
weird standing up doing strokes. You'd have to like lay on your stomach or something. It'd be weird. It'd be a weird game.
VR can like potentially be the most humiliating thing to have somebody walk in on. Like I'm just saying. Like
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. you
Yeah,
know?
hey. But yeah, so
But yeah, to answer your question, Steven, frankly, I feel like there's trade-off.
yeah,
For-
who did ask this?
Steven Patterson.
Okay, cool.
For me personally, it depends on the game whether I use a keyboard or a controller. You know, and I feel like there's pros and cons to both devices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm more accurate with my shooting with a mouse and keyboard, but I also, with a controller, I have the buttons to, like, crouch and jump and stuff more accessible. So, like, it's, like, I'll do things like reload and jump faster and more frequently with a controller, but I'll aim better with a PC. You know what I mean? Or with a mouse and keyboard. So it's like, I don't know, there's trade-off, and I think it's all both, you know, input devices you can kind of learn to be good with. You know
That's
what I mean?
my thing. I think it's really up to the player
Yeah.
because there's some people on mouse and keyboard that could wreck any person on controller.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how good you are, they'll fuck you up. But there's also people on controller that are just really fucking good.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think that it doesn't really matter. But I know people that say that they have better time sniping with a controller and then worse time sniping with a mouse. Like, I don't know why that is, but I've heard
I'm
couple people say
personally,
that.
like, when it's just sniping, like, if all I was doing is standing in one place sniping, mouse and keyboard all day.
No. You're not standing in one place. Like, I'm talking about Warzone. You're running around,
Exactly.
like, switching to snipe.
That's my problem. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's why I go with controller 90% of the time. Like, if it's just like, if the only thing I have to do is be accurate, then the mouse and keyboard is the thing for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm real good at, like, you're just clicking on what I need to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Click and die. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's our people's champ. Thank you, Steven Patterson. Did we have any other listener questions, Brent?
Yeah, we'll move on to the listener questions. We've got Brian Moctezuma. Yeah.
Our boy.
He says, any interest in New World?
No, not from me, but you know that already. Brent, what about you?
I haven't really looked into it that much, to be frank.
It's the Amazon MMO.
I mean, I know what it is.
Okay.
I just haven't, like, seen any gameplay or, like, you know, I haven't really looked into it that much. So
You should take a gander.
I can't say, you know, that I'm not into it or that I don't have interest in it, because it's like one of the best-selling games on Steam right now. So, I mean, like, there's obviously something going on there that's probably good, you know?
Yeah.
But I can't personally say one way or the other. That's one of those things I got to check out. Maybe tonight. Maybe tomorrow night. I don't know.
Maybe 10 years from now.
When it's on sale for $3. Okay.
What else we got?
Moving on, we got Joey Burgos. He says,
So drive by?
he says, have y'all got Tribes of Midgard yet? And why not? Missing out good times with the boys. So this is another one that I just, like, literally don't know anything about. You know what I mean? I've seen
I think he brought it up on our last episode. I think he brought it up and was saying, or maybe that it was something else. Like, maybe he was saying, I can't remember if we were talking about Tribes of Midgard or ESO, but he was saying that we needed to try it. But let us know. Yeah, what is the game? You know, like, drop it in the chat. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. I'm going to definitely look into both of these games when I get home tonight, and whichever one looks less stupid will probably get picked up by your boys.
Whichever one looks way less worse than the other one.
I'm sure one of them will suck ass, and one of them will not. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so do that, and then Brent, let's round out the show.
It's Brent's trivia thing with the video game trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
All right.
well, how do we do this?
All right, so I'm going to ask you a question,
Okay.
and you're going to give me an answer.
Okay. I'm ready.
These are all video game related, so you should have no problem.
I have no problems.
Okay.
My life is perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
In 2017, December 2017,
Okay.
specifically December of 2017,
Okay.
what was the best-selling video game?
Dude, I don't even remember 2017.
Oh, yeah?
Probably the best selling. Was it a shooter?
Maybe.
No, I mean, you got to give me a hint because I don't remember that year.
Yeah, it was a shooter.
Okay, it was a shooter.
It was a shooter.
Best selling 2017.
Sold pretty good.
It's going to be a Call of Duty,
Ooh.
and it's probably Black Ops.
Nope.
Wait,
and
what?
you can't guess again because there's only so many Call of Duties.
Yeah, I know it's Call of Duty, but I don't know the.
You get partial credit.
Okay.
It was Call of Duty World War II.
Oh wow! I can't believe that was the best selling. That was trash.
It was like topping the charts for a while, and it wasn't trash. It just wasn't like the best game ever.
I mean, to be the best selling, like that.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Fair enough. I
Yeah.
mean, okay. Question: in Pac-Man, the video game, what is the name of the orange ghost?
I don't fucking know. Goobler.
Goobler? Oh, good guess. No, it's not Goobler. It is Clyde.
I should have known that, I guess, but I did not. I thought it was Goobler.
You know what? You get partial credit for that one too, just because Goobler is such a fun name.
One of them should have been named Goobler.
So
Pac-Man.
all around, you get 1 point.
Ah, sweet.
You
yeah.
get half a point for each question.
See, if like in an alternate history, I made Pac-Man and I named him Goobler instead of Pac-Man.
Miss Goobler.
Yeah.
Honestly, that kind of works better than Pac-Man because it's like Gobbler because he's gobbling up the pellets, you know?
He's just goobling up all the
Goobler, yeah.
food, dude. But yeah, anyways, that's it for today's show. It's been fun hanging out with everybody in the chat, and thank you so much for all the questions for the people that wrote them in. And we will be seeing you next week. Remember, you've been listening to the GameSpeak podcast courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast, youtube.com/CreateForSanity, and Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. Every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group. Check out our video. Or no, I lied. Yeah, you can post the questions there, but you should also go to our Discord group, which is dsc.gg/GameSpeak Podcast. And, if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle Al-Jaffer Jamel, Brent at Brent has one. That's the number one. And Devin at Devondrius. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram